All fatwood is, this is a big time bushcraft thing, survival skill. All fatwood is any kind of evergreen tree that is dead and full of sap. So, smell that.
Yeah.
You guys want to smell? It
So
smells
give it a
like
smell,
your
Lorelai.
terpenes and your pine sol. It smells just like pine
Smell
sol
it, baby?
does.
You,
Want to smell it, Lorelai?
Lorelai, yeah.
See, and that's that smell of the saps that's in there that's drying. Why that's good for bushcraft and survival is because this is how we can make fire last a lot longer. So with our monkey hair that we've been collecting, let me see that, Jordan. This is the fibers from the palmettos, either from the soft palmetto or the cabbage palm. However, if I set this on fire with my ferro rod, it's gonna be gone in flames in about 6, 8, maybe 10 seconds. Maybe 12 seconds with that one. That's not very long. It's not very long at all. But if I shave off some of this fat wood in there, then I've got literally 5 minutes of like candlelight that I can start placing my other twigs. We're not starting like a real live fire out here with a bunch of branches. What we are gonna do is learn how to set our little bird's nest on fire. That way we can understand how to start a fire, but we're not gonna add any sticks to it. Otherwise, I would have a big collection of sticks right here, little small twigs and then bigger twigs. When we do this stuff on private land, that's something that we can do. But I want to show you guys real quick because a lot of times, let's say Jeffrey's getting interested in this. You know, he goes on YouTube and types in how to harvest fat wood. You know, and he might see a guy like, okay, this is how I used my hatchet and chop down some fat wood. But Jeffrey's never had a class on knife safety and hatchet safety. So if I'm sitting here carving this, there's something wrong with this picture. You know? What's wrong?
You have to put it out the triangle.
Yeah, he even remembers the triangle of death. That's what I call this. This triangle is the triangle of death. There are ephemeral arteries in here. And if I cut this and it slips and I cut an artery out here, I will bleed out like a stuck pig before I ever make it back to my truck and drive myself to the hospital. If I make it to the truck, I'll probably black out on my way to the hospital due to a loss of blood. This is dangerous stuff. You know, so if I was actually carving on this, I would say, hey, everybody get away. I'm not. But what I want to do is get out of my triangle of death. So I'm coming out here. When I'm working my knife, I always want to imagine if I slip, the only thing I want to cut is a fart. Like cutting there, get it? I made that up one day and I've been so pleased with myself ever since. So a lot of times in nature though, we don't have the luxury of a picnic table, let alone a chair, right? So a lot of times in nature, see, even when I put my knife like that, I have it down. And I'm thinking about if my hand slips, where it's gonna go. Every action that I'm doing, I'm thinking about that sharp object. So if I'm sitting down, this is wrong, right? It's in my triangle of death. You know, that terminology, I don't know if my buddy Dave Canterbury invented that terminology, but that's where I picked it up on. You guys know Dave Canterbury for some of them survival shows. That's a buddy of mine.
Is he from Dual Survival?
I think so. I never watch any of them. I didn't even know he was on the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's the military one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the military
That's
guy.
crazy.
Yeah.
I like him. He's a beast.
Yeah, he's a very cool guy.